What's up everybody, it's Seth from Fowler Customs, and a couple days before Christmas I went sneaker shopping around Soho, and the first place I stopped was the Adidas Originals store on Spring Street. They have a pretty good selection of shoes, but they don't really ever have anything crazy unless you go on a release day. They did of course have a lot of tubular highs and the tubular shadows, which, I mean, as everyone says, they do definitely look like Yeezys. There's no getting around that. I really actually dig this leather black colorway. I think that's pretty sick. I like the materials on it. I like the way it looks, but it's $100 and I don't really need to shell out $100 on a pair of shoes I don't love. These high tubular instincts are actually not a bad looking shoe, and they have full length boost, which is something I didn't actually expect. I haven't tried them on, so I don't know how comfortable they are, but honestly the materials on them are nice and they're really not a bad looking shoe. But again, it's like $120 or $140. I'm not sure exactly how much it is. It's just another bunch of money I just don't need to spend. And of course here are the Oxford Tan Shadows. They're not actually called Oxford Tans, but they look just like the Oxford Tan Yeezys. It's crazy. I do really like what Adidas is doing with the tubular line, especially the tubular Dooms. I think they're a dope pair of shoes. Next up, I hit up the more ruggedized Adidas shoes, and I don't know what this is. It kind of looks like a moccasin. Really don't love it. Then of course you've got your Timberland sort of boot going on, which again, not really my thing. I'd much rather just have a pair of Timberlands. Then you've got these white mountaineering ruggedized prime knit shoes, and the last time I looked at these guys was when I did a video called Sneaker Shopping with YouTubers. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure to click the link at the top of the screen. Basically what happened was, the day after SneakerCon, a bunch of the sneaker YouTubers went sneaker shopping around my area in Soho. I got to spend some time with some really great guys like Tony D2 Wild, The Real Ray Ray 20, Bullet RC, Name Brand Clothing, and of course I ran into Fomer Simpson and Jock Slade. It was just a really great time. But make sure to check that video out at the top of the screen. And of course next we've got the Prime Knit Stan Smiths, which I really don't mind. I'm just kind of waiting for them to go on sale. Honestly, I'm not really trying to spend money on a pair of shoes that's almost a knockoff of another pair of shoes, so that's why I'm holding out on them, but I bet they're really comfortable. I haven't tried them on yet, to be honest, but I'm looking forward to eventually grabbing them on clearance because I feel like they'd be a really great summer shoe, so maybe I'd grab them next year. We'll see. We'll see. Next up are the Adidas Socks. I really dig Adidas' socks. I really like their low tops. I have a couple pairs. This is the really tall, like knee-high tube sock, which personally I would never need, but I'm sure someone in the world needs them. You had these really cool Adidas skateboarding jackets. I actually really like this camo jacket. I don't have a lot of camo things, so I was really considering grabbing it, and I think it was only like $70. And $70 really isn't bad for an Adidas windbreaker, so maybe that's something I'll grab in the future. Of course, you had these camo skateboarding shoes. I honestly don't know the model, but they're dope. I think they're a nice looking pair of shoes for sure. The next place I stopped was the new Nike Flagship store in Soho, literally right down the block. It's 6 floors of Nike stuff. The top floor is their Jordan brand stuff, so that's always where I go first. They've always got some pretty crazy restocks of just random Jordans. Like, as you can see, they've got the gold medal low 11s and the cherry 11 lows. And of course, they had the premium 4s and the 5s and just all sorts of shoes that you really don't see sitting anywhere else. Guess it's because they're a flagship, they just get everything. But the next place I went was the Adidas store on Broadway and Houston. They're actually doing a lot of renovations, so the only floor that's open is the top floor, but it's always got crazy stuff. Of course, you got more tubulars. They actually had a couple more colorways of the shadows than they did at the other Adidas original store. They had this sort of like weird nubuck, suede-ish, black, gray thing. I'm not sure what the deal was with that shoe. I'm annoyed because the more I look at these tubulars, even now just editing the video, I kind of like them. Then of course you had the Prime Knit NMD R2s. I just did a review on these, so make sure to check that out at the link at the top of the screen. They're really not a bad pair of shoes, but I don't love this colorway, so I actually sold my pair and I'm hoping to grab another pair in a different colorway because I'm just not feeling it. It must just be the pattern on the shoe. The colorway is actually not bad, but that pattern I'm really not a fan of. They did have some Reigning Champ shoes. It was a women's collab. I'm not sure exactly what the silhouette's called, but they had these, and then they also had a bunch of other Reigning Champ just apparel, which was really cool to see. This is actually where I got my Reigning Champ Ultra Boost and my Triple Black Ultra Boost. It was a random restock. It's Teddy told me about it. He tweeted, and then I ran into him when I went to the store. This is a shoe store that I go to probably 3 to 4 times a week. It's way too many times, but the reason for that is, you'll see in a second actually, they just have a lot of random restocks. Like, as you can see, they've got the Burgundy Ultra Boost, they've got these Navy Ultra Boost 3.0s, which are really not bad. I'm just not a fan of that shade of blue. Then, of course, you've got these tan Uncaged with that ridiculous orange boost. I hate this shoe, but it's here, so that's pretty crazy. Then for the big surprise of the day, they actually had the Parlay Uncaged Ultra Boost, which unfortunately they only had a size 8 left, so I wasn't going to grab it because I already have a pair in my size. I would like to double up, but not with a pair of shoes that I can't wear. And then, of course, they had the Triple Black Ultra Boost Uncaged, which I've seen randomly at other shoe stores, but they're only there for like a day, and then I guess people find out that they're there, and then they go and grab them. Really not a bad pair of shoes at all. And then, of course, you had the Undyed Uncaged Ultra Boost. Not a bad looking shoe at all, just, again, not a shoe that I need, so not a shoe I'm going to drop 180 bucks after tax, more like 190 bucks on, or 200 bucks on. They had the light gray Ultra Boost 3.0s, which is a really nice looking pair of shoes. Maybe if I ever find it for under retail, I'll grab it. Then they still had the 3M Ultra Boost 2.0s, which are again a dope shoe. And then this right here, the Burgundy Ultra Boost 3.0s, is my go-to shoe right now. I love that shoe. But when I went to Kith is when the day got crazy, because sitting on the shelf at Kith is of course the Dornbecker 7s, and that's how I got the pair that I reviewed last week. So make sure to check that video out if you haven't yet. But that's pretty much it for my video today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. And as always, have a good one.